Hey everybody, welcome to Bestie Book Reviews. I'm here with my bestie Mandy.
And I'm here with my bestie Jessica.
So what are we doing today, Mandy?
We're going to talk about second chances.
Are you good at giving second chances?
What?
I mean, would you give me a second chance if I did something bad?
You yelled at me at the airport once and we're
I
still friends.
did not yell! I didn't yell! Didn't yell. Okay, so we have this little cough will not go away. 10 second chance romances. Yelling. We have all the yelling. 10 second chance romances for you guys. It's, what did I say? I looked it up. It's like been 10 months since we did one of these second chance romances.
Yeah, it's been a while.
Yeah, so it's time. So before we start with that though,
well, make sure you hit that subscribe button, comment, and like. We love to hear from you. And what are your thoughts on second chances? Let us know. Do you like this trope? I would tell you I don't like this trope, but my trope book tells a very different story.
I would honestly tell you that I do like the trope if it's done in a certain way. And I think second chance can be done in a lot of different ways. Because you have like second chance for the couple, or is it second chance for this person who lost somebody to get that second chance at love? I think it can be done a lot of different ways. So it just kind of depends for me. But yeah.
I did not include that. This is like
I don't think
couple second chancing it.
I don't think I have any like that in here either. But I was looking at my trope book going, that still could be, because you and I both loved The Cabin, and I would consider that a second chance romance. The Cabin by Jacinda Wilder, because she's getting a second chance at love.
Well, that was just horrifically emotional.
And heartbreaking and all over the place.
Okay. I love that book.
It was so good.
Okay. Also, when you hit that subscribe button, we're working to get to 3,000. So we do have our coveted cover giveaway that will be coming up. So hit that subscribe button.
Yeah.
You don't want to miss out.
No, you don't. No, because you just don't. Okay, are you ready to get started with our recs?
I am.
So am I. Okay. Well, I'll go first. So the first rec I have for you, I don't think you've read this one yet, but I know it's one that you want to read because not only is it second chance, it also has amnesia. So I'm sure you've written it down several times. I know you're going to be like, oh yeah. So that is Contempt by Zavarelli.
Yes, dang it.
There we go. Okay, so this is the third book in a series, but they can all be read as standalones. I didn't write down the series name, but they can all be read as standalones. But this is about Lyric and Kodiak. So Kodiak, whose actual name is Madden, was in a band, and one night, two people that he was very close to end up murdered. They found the body of one, but not the other. And he's suspected of committing that crime. And so he leaves the band. He's this big rock star. He leaves the band. He joins an MC, and he is just out here just waiting to be arrested. But one of the people that went missing is Bianca, and he's been looking for her for years because he just has this feeling that even though they didn't find her body, so he just has this feeling that she might still be alive. And they kind of had a thing, but it's, you got to read the book to understand what was really going on. Well, one day he is in Vegas and he hears someone singing and he recognizes the voice, and he can tell that her hair has changed and she looks a little different, but he is dead set on the fact that that is her. She's going by a different name. She says she doesn't know who he is, but he's like, that is her. So he takes her back to his compound and might be a captive kind of situation. Like he forces her to be there. And that is Lyric, and Lyric doesn't know who he is. Lyric doesn't remember much from a few years ago. So who is she really? Is she really this person? But hi, Mandy.
Hi.
But yes, there is a second chance element to this story. So.
Okay. Well, I still have not gotten my bookshelves done, and this is really getting annoying, so I have to get it done. And I was looking over here because I have a stack of L.M. Halloran books, and apparently the one book I'm going to talk about today is the only book of hers that I don't own.
Wait, I thought you bought out the whole table when we saw her in Vegas.
I thought I had all of her books too, so now I'm really confused. But it's not there in that stack or the stack of L.M. Halloran that I have not read yet. So I don't know.
Okay.
Well, anyways,
you know what? It's okay. We'll see her soon. You can get it then.
Also, I apparently am a little bit of a liar because my very first rec is kind of, it's not mm, it's not the couple, but it kind of is. So
Okay.
I guess I'm not a major liar, just a little bit.
Well, I wouldn't call you a liar at all, but okay.
Yeah, you're
Okay.
really trying to make up for yelling at me at the airport.
I did not yell at you at the airport. All right, just tell us what the book
The
is.
tears on my face at the
You
times that I
did
did rec.
not. You were laughing. Kind of. What book are you talking about?
Well, the one I don't own, apparently.
By
So,
Ellen
Time for
Halloran.
Us by L.M. Halloran.
Okay.
So, this is about Celeste, Jeremy, and Lucas. And they are best friends from childhood on through high school. And Celeste and Jeremy end up becoming a couple in high school. And he goes into the military. They get married. She becomes pregnant. And right before, um, like, she's still pregnant and he gets killed. So this book has some emotional, like, it's pretty emotional to start with. And so we fast forward 12 years later. She has come home to where they grew up. Lucas still lives there, and she has a son that she's raising, and she's reconnects with Lucas, and there's some tension there. Let's just say that there's some tension there because she felt like he completely abandoned her when her husband died and she was alone and pregnant, and he has some reasons for that, so I'll just leave it at that. So this is the two of them seeing if they can find their way back to each other.
All right. Well, one author who does a lot of second chance romances, she's got quite a few, is Devney Perry. She I don't know, she just must like that trope because there are quite a few that fit into that trope by her. So I grabbed one of those, one that I've read recently, and that is Crossroads by Devney Perry. And I'm gonna see if I can, like, hold on, I got my book. I'm gonna lose my spot in my book. Okay, so this is Crossroads. God, I really like this one. This is about India. And when she is a young girl, her dad is wealthy and he takes them to this ranch in Montana to spend this like a week in the summer. And a lot of Devney Perry's happen in Montana. I lost my page in here. Hold on, guys. Hold on. I can't remember his name. Okay, so he takes her to this ranch to spend a week. Dad is dying of cancer. Like, dad has cancer and he's battling cancer. And we see that throughout the book. The book is told in flashbacks. The story is told in flashbacks where we go back to when she was a kid, because every year, every summer for a year, with the exception of a couple of summers, they will go back to this ranch in Montana. And that is where she meets West. He is the son of the owner of the ranch. And at first he's forced to hang out with her. But then as they get older, then more things tend to happen. Like he starts to fall for her. And then we find out that something major happened when they were in their early 20s, the last time she was there to visit. So that has caused them to be apart. Well, now it's been like 7 years later or a handful of years later, and she has purchased the ranch without the sons knowing. She's purchased it from the father. It is really run down and it is losing business. And so now she is back, and she is back as West's boss. But they have a lot of things that they have to work out. So I really love this one. I feel like that was kind of a little convoluted, but you get it. You get it. It's good. Just read it.
Okay.
Okay.
Ready?
Ready.
Okay, this person also has quite a few second chances because when I was looking at my list, I was like, oh, I didn't want to use all like all of her books that I've read that were second chance. So I just picked one. That's Corinne Michaels.
Yes.
So this is Return to Us. I was actually thinking you might be talking about her when you started.
I mean, I could have, because I've read almost all of her books as well, except for the newest stuff, and they all have that too. So a lot of them do. But I think it goes hand in hand with small town, and I do like that because it's that whole come back to your roots thing.
Yes,
Okay.
and that's exactly what happens here in Return
Oh.
to Us.
Okay.
So do I even need to continue?
Oh yes, there has to be more to it than returning to your roots.
So this is about Jessica.
I love this one.
Flies private planes, and she ends up in a plane crash and she survives, but she is hurt pretty badly. So she returns home. I think it's like 14 years after she left. She left like right after graduation. So she returns home because she needs somewhere like help healing, basically, because she has some memory. I don't know if you, I'm going to say issues, but there's probably a better word than to say that.
Well,
And so what?
I was gonna say it's from the accident. She got a bad concussion and it's affecting her memory.
Yes,
Right?
thank you.
Okay.
That's a
Yeah.
better way than just saying she has memory issues. So she needs to be like, she needs to heal, people. She needs to heal. So she goes home to heal. And Grayson was like the love of her life, and she did not want to stay stuck in the small town. She was from more of a poor family. He's from a wealthy family, and his parents made it very difficult for them. And he didn't want to leave, and she basically just kind of left and has always sort of regretted that, I think. And so she ends up running into Grayson, of course. Grayson's now a firefighter, he's a single dad, and they end up working together because his sister gets her a job where she can work even though she's still struggling a little bit with her memory. And so the two of them are thrown back into each other's orbit, but Grayson is really guarded on his heart. And he is not just going to let anybody back into his life because he has a daughter to think about as well. And he is not really sure that, Jessica wants to stay in their small town.
I would have.
This book is really heavy.
Mm.
Like there's some like weight to it. It's weird.
It didn't feel that long though when I was listening to it, but
No,
it's a
it's
good
like
one.
compacted. Like the pages
Yeah.
must be thicker or something. I
Mm.
don't know.
Yeah. That's my favorite, probably just because Jessica's the name of the flight attendant, but I still loved it.
Yeah. Am I light enough?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Okay. So the next book I have is Second Chance with a Side of Secret Baby and Mafia, because that all goes hand in hand, right? And so this one is Secret Baby for the Italian Mafia King. Please do not let the title fool you. It actually was a good book. So this is by Lia, it's Lia, Zari. And so this is about Nadia. Nadia is on the run from a couple different mafias, not just one, but like a couple. And there's somebody who's been chasing her. She's been on the run, I think it was like for 6 years. She has a child. The child has some medical conditions and they're very sick. And one night, as she's on the run and she's hiding out, she's been on the lam for a handful of years here. So she gets attacked one night. And instead of fleeing again because of what's happening with her child, she calls the one person who has been out stalking her and looking for her for 6 years, and that is Ren. He is a part of the mafia, and he is the reason why she ran. He is the father to her child, and she calls him in her time of need. So there is a little bit of forced marriage. There's a lot going on in this book, but it was really good. So that's all I'm going to say. So I don't give anything away, but yeah, do it. Just read it. It's darker. So yeah. She was on the lam. If you guys can't tell, we're recording in the afternoon. We get a little loopy.
I'm ready for bed.
Seriously. Still haven't recovered from those East Coast travels, have you?
No, I just worked and it's exhausting.
Well, yeah, there's that too. Okay. What you got?
All right, next I have, this is a novella, but it was really good, so I wanted to include it in this. It's called Forever Writing You by Whitney G. And so this is about Dahlia. Dahlia's mom passes away and leaves her the flower shop. So Dahlia returns, starts running the flower shop, and she gets an order for her ex-boyfriend who was like her first love. And she gets an order for his fiance, for flowers to be sent to his fiance, but it's not from Everett. And the message leads her to believe that maybe she's cheating. And so what does she do? She decides that she should let Everett know about this. So she emails Everett or messages him and lets him know that she has reason to believe that his fiance is cheating on him. And this opens up a line of communication between the two of them that had been previously not happening. There's a lot of banter back and forth between the two of them, and we kind of start to see how their original relationship fell apart and what is going to kind of happen moving forward. I really loved it. I like witty banner, and
Mhm.
that's Whitney G always brings that really well. So it was good.
Okay. Hey, remember how I said Devney Perry is really good about having second chance romances?
Did you have another one of hers?
Another one of hers. But I've only talked about this book like one other time, and I really liked this book, so we're going to talk about it. And that is the Clover Chapel by Devney Perry. So this is the second book in her Jameson Valley series. I read it as a standalone. I don't think I've gone back and read the first one yet. So you're good to read it on it as a standalone. But this is about Emmy and Nick. So Emmy is in Vegas with a bunch of her friends, and they pick up these hot guys, I guess, because that's what you do. They end up ride sharing or something with them. I probably would know for sure had I read the first book, but it's okay. I picked it up easily. It's all good. Anyhow, that is where she meets Nick. And Nick dares her. They're not even drunk at this point. He dares her to marry him. And they end up sober and married. The next morning, Emmy wakes up and there is a note and a ring on the nightstand. A note saying, sorry, he can't do this. And then we fast forward 9 years later, where Emmy takes a job in Montana to be a teacher. And lo and behold, Mr. Hot Firefighter who lives in that town just happens to be Nick. And he has his reasons and he wants her back. So there you go.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Ready for
Next.
my next one?
I
Okay, my
am.
next one is a little wild.
Okay.
Oh, for a second I thought something was on my shirt, but it's a star.
Oh. Like, when did I get on it already?
That's what I thought happened. It would
Boobs.
not
That's
be
what happens.
surprising.
That's what happens with boobs. I've learned that as I've gotten bigger ones. Like, oh, that's what everybody's talking about. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So this is
Okay.
Romantic Moments by Molly McLain or
Okay.
McLain. And so we have Jesse and Hayden. Jesse and Hayden have a 4-year-old boy together. And Hayden is engaged to somebody she's been with for longer than 4 years. So we'll just throw that out there. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And Jesse is a very devoted father. He loves his son very much, and Hayden loves her son very much. And so they've been doing this co parenting thing. They've been doing it very well. But Hayden's relationship that she's in isn't that great, but she doesn't she's just kind of stifled there. Maybe that's a great way to say it. So when Jesse comes to pick up their son, there's still like massive amounts of chemistry there, but there's just so much going on in this book because again, did you guys hear me when I said their son is 4, but she has been engaged and with this guy for way longer than 4 years? So it kind of just really muddles everything. And she has some decisions to make and has to figure some stuff out. And again, did I tell you what a great father Jesse is? Like, oh, I'm sorry, I'm talking in circles. But
So
if
good.
that at all intrigues you, go read it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay. So remember at the beginning of the video, I said that you could have a second chance, the odd second chance where she loses somebody and then has that second chance, and that I didn't have any of those books. I lied.
Oh, you lied too?
I did. I did. I didn't realize I lied until I was just picked up the book, my last book, and I was like, oh, yeah, that's what that is. So this is Not a Chance by Sinclair Kelly. This is the second book in a series. I do think you can read it as a standalone, even though I did read the first one. I do think you can read this one as a standalone. But this is about our heroine, who is Arden. So Arden, at the off page, before the book starts, she's an Omega, she has a pack, and she has a little boy, and I think her little boy was like 3 or 4, if I remember right. They're killed in a car accident one day. She loses every single one of them, and ever since then she has just been a shell of herself, understandably so. she, and in this, when you're an omega and in this world, like, it's very dangerous for an omega to lose their pack and their child. Like, what do they have left to live for? So her close friends have rallied around her to keep her sane and healthy and from just withering away and dying. So now we are fast forwarding a handful of years. Her best friend has just found her pack. And when all that stuff went down with her best friend finding her pack, they all moved to Arizona. She went with her best friend because her best friend has she's an influencer. She has, I think it was a YouTube. I can't remember what it was, but anyhow, she had a channel, and she is like the manager of all of that. So she works with her. So she went and moved with her. And now we see that there's a police officer who has shown up, who she's had some relations with, that was kind of helping out in the first book, that she has a little bit of a situationship with. There is a best friend from when they were young that feelings might have changed a little bit. Things are starting to come around. And then there's a stalker situation where there might be leading to a relationship. But we see her healing and coming around to the idea of finding love again. So it was good.
You read wild stuff.
You betcha. Can't let it get boring. I'm reading the Kraken Bodyguard book right now.
So my next book, I had to order from Novel Grounds. Have you ever ordered from them before?
Yeah.
Okay. Did it take you 2 hours to get your book out of their packaging?
Yeah. Yeah.
They package a book. Amazon could use a few pointers.
Yes. Oh my gosh. Yeah. Take notes,
I was
Amazon.
like trying so hard to get into it. I'm like, I was afraid I was going to end up damaging it. It didn't really take me 2 hours, but I was like,
felt like it. Yeah. Yep.
They like pack it in there.
They do a good job. Because the thing is with packing, if you guys need to know this, the thing with packing is, especially books, if you don't want it damaged, you have to seal it tight. They can't move at all.
There's like pages.
Yeah, that's
I love it.
Something damaged. Okay.
I just really love this cover too, for whatever reason. I just really like it. All right. Well, let me tell you about my last book, Buried Dreams by Natasha Madison. This is part of the Dream series. I was trying to set the timer on my computer.
Oh my gosh.
So this is Everly and Brock's story. So I will start off by saying that if you read the series from the beginning, you'll it's a better experience, I'll say that. But this book actually touches on the car crash and everything that happened. So you can read this as a standalone. I would just tell you the series is amazing. And so if you like angsty, read the whole series. Anyway, so we have Brock and Everly. Brock and Everly were part of that car crash. They were a couple. They were madly in love until they have a pretty bad breakup, which we see in flashbacks throughout the story of why they're no longer together. So we're now 9 years into the future. Brock has a daughter that is really close in age to when Everly left him. And Everly is now coming back. Her mom, I think it was a heart attack. And so she needs help running the bakery because she's supposed to like rest and all of this, and she doesn't want to. So Everly's kind of forced to come back to help her mom. And one of the first people that she ends up seeing is Brock's daughter. And she knows about Brock's daughter, but it's still like one of those, gut-wrenching things, kind of. Brock is our resident grumpy asshole in town and just really closed off to everyone but his daughter. And so now the two of them are kind of forced back into each other's orbits. And there's still a lot of undealt with tension and issues, and the chemistry is still there. This is so good. This is like a really, really good second chance. And you're left like wondering what happened to our couple. But you find out kind of through those flashbacks. So there's like a multi-level of angst throughout it. Loved it.
Love the angst. Angst is good. Yeah. Yeah.
Yes.
All right, guys. So there's 10 second chance romances.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Go read them.
Yeah.
Let us know what you think.
Yeah. I think, do we have a playlist for our other second chance videos? Possibly.
I have no idea.
I'll look and make sure there's one so that the other videos that came before this one are in the same playlist.
Have we done a lot of second chance videos?
1 or 2.
I know
Maybe
we've done at least one, but I don't really,
Yeah.
I don't know.
I think we've done a couple. I think so.
All right.
We'll make a playlist anyway, so they're all going to be in one spot.
I actually could do another video right now.
Oh, I probably could too.
So let us know, is Second Chance you want to see something of again in the future? Or is there something else on your mind that you really want to see from us? Let us know. Tell us all the things.
And
make sure you check back on Mondays, Thursdays, and Saturdays for new videos from us. And I know I've been teasing this for a while, but our Wednesdays really are going to start happening. So if everything goes as planned, our next few Wednesdays should be great.
I think so. I think
And then continuing on. But as of right now, we should have some great Wednesdays coming for you.
Yep.
I'm excited.
Same. Yeah. All right, guys. Thanks for watching. We'll see you in the next video.